Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault Games. Mario led out with a Thoughtseize, which I didn't quite catch what was taken there. Bayou enabling the Thoughtseize. And we've got a couple of baubles from Andy Mogg here, Mogg Fanatic, testing out this Hull Breacher, Echo of Aeons, blue deck, which is very, very potent. I mean, this has got a ton of devastating effects in it. And Inquisition of Kozilek sees a Chalice and a Hull Breacher. But those two baubles represent two mystery cards, so got to imagine Hull Breacher is going to get taken here. Though maybe not. Maybe Mario's got to respect the Chalice. Oh, and he does. So maybe Mario has removal for the Hull Breacher, or maybe Chalice is just too much of a problem for him. But ultimately, Hull Breacher with Echo of Aeons is what this deck is looking to assemble. Not only drawing 7 cards, but denying the opponent every single one of those card draws, potentially. And I mean, it's not like Narset. So Hull Breacher will actually deny all of them. Narset will let them get 1 card out of it. Either way, when you're getting 7 cards and your opponent's getting, at best, table scraps, you are walking away with the game. Now with Hull Breacher, you're also getting additional treasures, which is pretty terrifying. And we've got a Karn. Powerful effect here. City of Traders potentially going to be vulnerable to this Wasteland. Doesn't feel great, but it's often the right play. And a lot of the times players will look at that city and say, they're going to have to sacrifice it anyways if they play another land. Well, a deck like this doesn't necessarily have to play an additional land at all. And Mario taking out that City of Traders now. Not a whole lot of reason to do it on Mogg's turn. Generally, it's better to untap and see what you can do with the mana. And Karn actually taken out during the upkeep. So I would probably argue a little bit of inaccuracies here in terms of when these cards are being played. Doing that during Mogg's upkeep doesn't really help him very much, except for, well, I guess playing around Force of Negation. So there we go. There's at least a reason to do that now. In the past, you generally would just jam that. Now you've got a legitimate decision to make. And another Assassin's Trophy. No shortage of basics, however. And beautiful ones at that. Love that original alpha art. Can't tell. I think those might be FBB. I believe so. The size of the text. Quite the mana base here. I mean, at some point you can just start casting Echo of Aeons for the full retail. John's not going to have a whole lot to say about that. Collective Brutality. No answer. I mean, that is an answer for Hull Breacher potentially, but it's just going to hit the Echo. Oh no, this is setting up to be a disaster. So Hull Breacher put in end of turn, Chalice, and now Echo. And Jund not known for its counterspells. This is going to resolve. And what a disaster. So that is going to wipe Mario's hand off the board and generate 7 mana worth of tokens. Potentially enabling additional Echo of Aeons. This could just spiral completely out of control. I mean, it is out of control. Certainly out of Mario's control at this point. But this could get really spectacular in terms of its impact. Lion's Eye Diamond can enable those additional echoes, getting it into the graveyard and giving you the mana for it. Hull Breacher turning sideways. And Mario scooping it up. I mean, there's a lot of things that could have happened there that would have buried things even further, but that was really, really far behind. The Hull Breacher is a devastating card, especially in its impact with Brainstorm, where you end up drawing no cards, your opponent gets 3 treasures, and then you put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library. That is a total blowout, and a little bit of an argument for the kind of mid-range or aggro control strategies where you're not just full-out combo, because you do have the ability to respond by killing those Hull Breachers. Things like Lightning Bolt and Swords to Plowshares likely go up in value when that type of just absolute menace is floating around in the room. Anytime you're playing against an opponent with that much mana open, if they're playing blue, it's got to at least be a consideration, as Legacy is such a high power level. I mean, that could get jammed in just about anything with its minimal mana costs. So Mario's going to have the play this game. He did have some discard, which is going to be his main way of affecting this deck. Bunch of mana here. Double Lotus Petal along with a Mox Opal. And we're going to have, what is this going to be, a 4-mana Karn? Mog kind of broadcasting that he's got the Karn as an option as well. Going for the Narset. Really thinking about that Lotus Petal. Finds the Echo. Lion's Eye Diamond. Such a powerful Magic card. And it used to be like an entry-level card. I used to sell people entire Belcher decks just to get them into the format. That is not what I would call entry-level at this point. Now, a Scavenging Ooze can definitely screw with this combo, getting rid of those echoes from the graveyard. But the timing is a problem. Once you pay the mana for Echo, it is placed onto the stack, so there will not be an opportunity to exile it. And Urza coming down, contesting the board as well. Right now with a 4/4 construct. And Sai, Master Thopterist. Urza is an incredibly potent Magic card. The ability to not only contest the board with attacking and blocking, you've also got the ability to generate a massive amount of mana, and then the card advantage that can potentially happen from grinding out wins with his activated ability, spinning that wheel, seeing what comes off the top of the library. You got Narset, Sai, Urza, all this stacked up against a Scavenging Ooze, and now Echo. Pyroblast for Mario. And it looks like we're going to be... So actually, we have a hard-cast Echo followed up with a flashed back Echo. Pyroblast attempting to stop things from getting too out of hand, but this Narset just punishing. I mean, it's such a bad situation. It's almost like, do you Pyroblast the Narset there? Knowing that he can flash it back, at least that way you're getting 7 new cards. Blue Echo's going to make better use of those cards than Jund. I mean, Jund is fine playing on a curve, tapping out each turn, making the most powerful plays they can, but they're generally not going to be able to make multiple powerful plays. They're just going to have to choose the best one available to them, whereas a deck like Blue Echo, what are we calling this? Blue Echo, can actually just play those artifacts and just keep tapping them for more and more mana. Once Hull Breacher gets online, along with Urza, now all of those treasures are Mox Sapphires. I mean, this is vintage power level of what we're seeing here when it comes together. Now, Liquid Metal Coating, which has been fetched with Karn, is going to start shutting down Mario's mana base. He'll be able to plus Karn destroying each land. And Mario's hand just tossed onto the battlefield. Just absolutely no way of getting out of that one, as Blue Echo has a heck of a debut here on the channel. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.